Hey guys, welcome back to another Nuclear Tech Mod video where I go over new machines along with the new mechanics that they introduce and some major changes and bug fixes if they were released in the recent version of the mod. I have been doing this update series for like 2 years or over 2 years now and will continue to do so until Nuclear Tech Mod gets some updates. All of the things that I'm going to cover in this video can be found in the video chapter, so make sure to use them, and without any further ado, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so we are starting off this video with some building structures, especially the wooden barrier and the sandbags. So wooden barriers are interesting in how they work. If you place them individually, then they will be placed like this, but if you place them in block openings, then they will block off the access to the opening like this. They automatically connect to the blocks which are around them, and yeah, they look pretty cool. Connected textures and all of that good stuff. Also, you can make interesting corners using them. So here's a little opening that you can make using barriers. Now sandbags work kinda in a similar manner. You can make a sort of a fortification with it by connecting them and making a bunker-like structure if you want. Also, there's other wooden variants like the wooden roof, the wooden ceiling, and the wooden scaffolds. So that's some of the new building blocks that have been added, and here I'm going to make a little bunker-like structure using the sandbags and the wooden roof, and that's our structure ready. And now we can start testing guns. So first off, we have the laser rifle, which can take all three variants of the capacitor. So there's the normal capacitor, we have the overcharged capacitor, and the low wavelength capacitor. However, this cannot penetrate through the sandbags, but the capacitor, it works as basically advertised. It will turn all of the mobs into skeletons and burn them, especially the low wavelength one. It will turn this entire bunker into a sort of furnace. So yeah, even though if it is not going through it, it will still burn them. Then we have the anti-material rifle, which fires 50 BMG rounds. I'm using the depleted uranium rounds here, which will bump up the damage to 45. And this one also, it can penetrate through the sandbags, but it will deal damage to multiple mobs. So yeah, you can kill 2 mobs at the same time like this. And you can equip a silencer and also increase the damage by using better receiver parts, like all of the other guns in the gun modification table. So that's the basically anti-material rifle, and the zebra rifle, which is the B-side or an alternate weapon for the assault rifle. Now this one deals burning damage, I think, and also we have introduced 2 new ammo bags. There's the normal ammo bag and the infinite variant, which can only be accessed in creative mode, of course. And the ammo bags will hold 8 stacks of any ammunition type. You can have multiple, you can mix and match like this, or you can have similar ammo, and the ammo will be consumed for any weapon from inside the ammo bag. It is pretty simple to craft. Next up is my favorite weapon, which is the charge thrower. Now you can use the grappling hook with it. You can fire the grappling hook at any solid block, use the left mouse button to climb up, and using the right mouse button you can climb down. So you can live out your Batman fantasies if you want to. But the charge thrower can do much more than that. Also, yeah, you can use it to safely descend from a height like this. However, it can throw demolition charges. Now demolition charges are pretty easy to craft. You will get 4 of them per crafting recipe. And these, as the name suggests, are used for basically destroying terrain. And the normal ones, they deal pretty decent damage. But there comes the heavy demolition charge. 7 of these strapped together using duct tape, and this is a smoothie machine. There. Deals very high damage. Destroys houses in like a single hit, like you can see here. And the area damage is just crazy good. So here you saw me take out a clifford nest in just 1 hit. And in survival, the area damage is like, it goes far. So be careful while using it. But yeah, it can destroy houses and a lot of structures in a few hits. So yeah, that was the charge thrower. Next up, all of the Balefire Fuel variants will now shoot out green flames. I think this was not the case. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, Balefire Fuel, or when used in Flamethrowers, it will shoot out green flames. And when using the Trenchmaster armor, all of the reloads will become much faster. So here you saw the change or the difference in the reload time, and this works for every weapon there is in your inventory. So Trenchmaster armor makes reloading faster, and the Flamethrower turret, its range has been increased to 48 blocks from 32 blocks, so it can shoot out enemies and drag them up until 3 chunks. And the Tesla cannon, it can fire the low wavelength capacitor, and this will split up into beams, which will then travel to surrounding mobs. This will reduce the damage of the main beam, but the sub beams or the mini beams that it fires can travel up to 20 blocks. So pretty good area weapon. Next up, we have the flow control pump, which can control the throughput of any fluid going inside it all the way up to 10,000 millibuckets per tick. You can also change the pressure inside the GUI, it doesn't require power to work, and the priority can be set to low, lowest, high, highest, and normal. So I'm going to have 5 pumps here, all with different priority. And I'm going to empty an entire barrel of water. Now this should have technically filled all of the barrels with 4800 millibuckets. However, as we have different priority, the highest one will get 5000, the high will get 4900, and so on and so forth. So that is how the priority system works, and also you can use a lever or a redstone signal to turn these pumps off. Now the catalytic cracking tower has its model updated, so it looks very cool now with all of these pipes, individual pipes that go through the smaller tanks that we have down here. And the flow control pump can be used in a situation like this. So we have 5 millibuckets per tick of crude oil that we are producing. I'm splitting it into 3 millibuckets per tick, which is then heated up and it goes into a refinery. And the 2 millibuckets per tick is then going in a catalytic cracking tower. Remember that you cannot set the flow buffer in decimals. So it can be 3 millibuckets per tick, 2 millibuckets, but not 2.5. You can only set whole numbers as the flow that you want to set in the pump. The redstone over radio reader, it will send out a redstone signal based on the type of what you place it on. So you can place it on the energy storage blocks. Here you can see me place it on a tank, and I'm going to set it to fill with the ID or the frequency set to water. So now on a radio receiver, if I set the same frequency and extend a redstone signal out, then as soon as this starts filling, we are going to get a redstone signal with a strength of 15. However, if I change this reader to fill %, then this will slowly go up as more and more water is filled inside this barrel. So here you can see the signal slowly go up, and of course you can convert it into like a visual signal using some redstone lamps. So you can see how much your barrels are filled. But I think this works based on every signal increase for 100 millibuckets, which kinda sucks, but yeah, it is what it is. Then we have the redstone over radio controller, which can change the states of barrel, change their priorities, and same for the energy storage blocks. However, I have not yet completely tried this out, so I'll make a separate video for it. Now the rotary furnace, it will only consume fuel when it is doing any recipe. So if it is running idle, then it is not going to consume any fuel. You can just store your fuel inside it, ready for use whenever you want it to. Next up, we have the pneumatic tubes. And there was a bug in them that when using the round robin mode, if one of the inventories was full, then the entire system would stop. Now that is definitely not the case. As you can see, the middle chest is filled up, but the both remaining chests, they will still receive the items. And also when supplying the autocrafter with the pneumatic tubes, they will not send entire stacks of items. They will only send individual items. So yeah, it will not clog up the autocrafting system. And finally, duds. Now these come in different variants, and you can diffuse them using the diffusing device. And based on the type of dud that you find in your world, it is going to yield different outputs. So yeah, this one gave us a balefire shard because it is a balefire dud. Then we have the normal TNT, and along with plutonium and TNT. And of course, you can explode them. So yeah, the explosion types will change depending on the type of dud that you have. This one was a balefire, the first one was a conventional one. This one is a dirty bomb or a conventional one, I don't exactly remember. And finally we have the nuclear variant. So yeah, different duds, different explosions. Now I hope you enjoyed this video, you learned something from it, and you found it helpful. If you did, do smash that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Peace out my guys, stay safe.